Hi, everybody. Beaumont Enterprise sports reporter Avi Zalen here, alongside David Barry. How you doing, David?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good. I don't think a lot of folks know this, but just give us a very brief background on kind of your collegiate athletic career.
My the background is about as brief as I'm gonna explain. I played college football in Jacksonville University, for 2 years.
hmm
Got hurt, hurt my ankle, had to have surgery, and then after that, that's how I got into reporting. So,
See, I think that's really interesting. I mean, I'm sure I had scholarship letters that just got lost in the mail. They're floating around there somewhere.
yeah,
They'll come one day.
of course.
They will. Anyway, that being said, you might notice that we are without beloved co-reporter Jared Ainsworth tonight.
Yeah, man. He's what was he?
He's off covering a basketball game.
Basketball.
Now, those of you who may not know, that something was news to me. Basketball is like football, except that the ball is round, doesn't have points, it's round, and they play on wood and not grass.
Yeah, it's
So there might be other subtle differences, but we won't get into that today. What we will get into, though, is our topic for this week, and that is, should each in the playoffs, should each class be split up into two divisions, essentially two brackets? As you guys know, there's Division 1 and Division 2. Personally, I like it the way it is. I think that it works to have the smaller teams in Division 1 and then the larger teams in Division 2. What that does is it allows more teams. And why is allowing more teams important? Well, it's important because it gives more teams an opportunity to show what they're worth. And it gives more teams and more kids especially that chance to experience what Texas high school playoff football is really like. And we see some, real life examples of teams that took that opportunity and really ran with it. I think Ozan's a great example of that. Last year, you saw Ozan make a surprising run through the playoffs. And this year, again, I was at the Ozan game this year where they came up. They took the game into overtime, actually, and they came up just short. They fumbled the first play of scrimmage in overtime from the offensive possession and gave up the ball, but getting back to the original point, I think it should still stay the same. There's more teams out there, gives them more chance. Look at the NCAA tournament. The NCAA tournament is one of the most beloved postseason systems pretty much in the country, I think. I mean, I'm a big fan of it. It uses that round leather ball that we referenced earlier. And, that has 64 teams in it. So keep it the way it is. Two divisions, more teams, more fun, more football.
I know why it is the way it is, because state is huge. You kind of
it's a large state,
so there's a lot of teams. However, it's one of those things that you can't give everybody a participation trophy. You want to be able to know. You want to know who the best of the best is, and upsets will always happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you have that one bracket, you're going to have the best of the best teams, the teams that really earned it during the regular season, those teams that are elite. And like I said, I mean, upsets could happen. Upsets could still happen in the first round of the playoffs. But in cases like this year, I mean, you had a team like Vider. They they lost one game in the regular season, and their reward for that was playing a juggernaut Summer Creek team.
Mm-hmm.
Even Nederland, they only lost one game and went undefeated in district, and their reward was they had to face a one-loss team. Yeah. So, it's one of those things.
Memorial, too.
Yeah, exactly. So
Memorial fell in their first game after making it to semis.
It was, an amazing run against a great Manville team. So I think you need to keep the elite teams all together. And, I think one bracket will eliminate some of the sub-500 teams that kind of ease their way into the playoffs because one team lost here, one team lost there. Right. So that, in my opinion, I know why it is the way it is. That makes sense, but I think ideally it'd be better for one bracket.
Well, I could sit here and debate you, Skip Bayless style, but frankly, I have too much dignity, and we're kind of approaching our time limit here. So,
sure.
With that being said, I'll cut this off for now. Guys, thank you so much for joining in this week. On behalf of David, this is Avi saying, once again, thank you, and keep it right here, Beaumont Enterprise Sports or BeaumontEnterprise.com for all your latest sports news. Thanks so much, guys.
All right.